Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. My name is Beverly and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to make some 3-ingredient biscuits. I make these all the time and freeze them, and they freeze really well, and I'll make like 75 biscuits at a time and freeze up. Once I get them flash froze, I'll vacuum seal them and like 4 per pack because it's just weighing myself. And then we'll have biscuits for a while, and it's so handy and so much cheaper than buying the frozen biscuit dough. So let's get started on this project. All right friends, this is a super simple recipe. We're gonna like do it multiple times, but the basic recipe is 2 cups of bisquick, a half a cup of sour cream, and a half a cup of Sprite. I know it sounds crazy, but these biscuits are delicious and they freeze so well. I've done it many times. I've tried different recipes, and this one is so easy. I always end up making these. So anyways, let's get started. I buy my bisquick at Sam's Club. I buy it in the big 96-ounce boxes. And because like I said, I'll make 70 or 80 biscuits at a time so that we have enough for a while, because I don't have time to make biscuits every morning. So we're going to get started, and we're going to triple this recipe to start. So we're going to do 2, 4, and 6, and then we're going to do 1.5 cups of sour cream with that, which for a single recipe, it would be 1/2 cup. And we're just gonna kind of get this incorporated in with this dough. This is gonna act like our fat, and instead of like putting butter down in it, we're gonna add this, and it's gonna make them so yummy. So we're just gonna mix that in the best we can, you know, just kind of, you can use a fork. I'm just gonna use this spoon. It's got holes in it, and it'll just kind of, we just wanna get it kind of mixed in to that bisquick. We're gonna do this like 3 at a time, and I'm probably gonna do this about 3 times, because like I said, I wanna make a bunch of biscuits. Because we ran out over the weekend, and I was going to do this with the granddaughters. And I thought, no, I mean, canning was hard enough with 2 kids. I can't, you know, I'm not young anymore. I can't keep up like I once did. Now we're going to need 1.5 cups of, and I just bought the cheap Sprite, like off-brand lemon lime soda. That works just as well. We're going to use 1.5 cups of this off-brand Sprite. Alright, and we're going to mix that in. And once we get this first batch done, I'm going to go ahead and bake some so you can see how beautiful they are, and they're so delicious. They are so yummy. And they're not a drop biscuit. We're going to knead these out and all that. I'm going to get it mixed well, and then we're going to knead this out. Biscuit making is a messy job, and I don't want to get up on a Saturday morning after working all week to have to whip up biscuits and clean up the mess. So this is why I do it. That, and it just saves so much time when you have a big family. When my kids were home, we did this a lot. We always try to have cookie dough in the freezer and biscuits, because if you're in a hurry to make something, we had a lot of breakfast for supper back in the day when they were growing up, because it was cheap and quick and easy. And you know, when you work all the time, it gets hard. We had a lot of crock pot meals. I know my kids, I burned them out on crock pot chicken, but you know, you have to do those things to save your sanity. Women work, you know, long hours anymore, and it's hard to maintain your home and family and home cook and all that. So This is how I did it whenever my kids was growing up, and I've just continued it because, I mean, it just helps me out now too, to be able to have things quick and simple. Mess my kitchen up one time instead of 20 times, and you know, be able to do it like that. It's so much better. This one come together so much easier. I must have mismeasured on something on that first batch. I mean, it worked out in the end, but still, this one's a lot better dough. Let me get my hands washed off again. We'll get these biscuits cut and on our tray. And we may get a batch in the oven cooking so you can see what they look like. Like I said, these just really come together better. I must have mismeasured something on that first batch. Oh well, it all come out in the end. All right, let's get them on our tray over here. These beautiful biscuits. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4 is 24. Starting layer number 2 here. And with today's economy, everybody's got to save as much as they can. And this is not expensive. I bought the Always Save sour cream and the Always Save lemon lime soda. And you could buy the off-brand bisquick. It doesn't have to be the bisquick brand. I just buy that because I can get it at Sam's Club and it's not that expensive. Wayne's gonna be happy to have biscuits back in the freezer because I think he was a little sad that we didn't have any this weekend. We ran out and I didn't realize it till I went to get some. My bad. It happens though. All right, now we're gonna start on batch number 3, up to 40 biscuits made already. 3 batches, I think that's gonna get us close to 70. Mix our stuff in. Kind of cut it in the dough is basically all we're doing. Our sour cream. It smells amazing. That sour cream just smells so good. And we're gonna add our Sprite, and I'm just kind of guesstimating it right now. I poured a little bit in there, and I mean, I measured it the second time, but I kind of went by how much bisquick was in the bowl. I have to get some jelly made this week, so I'm going to bring y'all along for that too. Some strawberry and some strawberry jalapeno. We're going to get that done this week also. I made and restocked all my salsa. I sell some of this stuff to people, and I was running low on my stockpile. I like to keep it on hand, that way if somebody wants it, I have it. Now on part of these, I'm going to try something new for like a dinner biscuit with some cheddar cheese and garlic in, and we'll bake some of one of those or 2 of them so Wayne can try them and see what he thinks. You don't have to work this much either if you get the right consistency. And like me the first time, I just flip it over so you kind of have some flaky layers in there a few times, and then I pat it out. I'm gonna save a little bit and try that I was talking about with the cheese and the garlic. Now we're gonna cut these biscuits. I mean, guys, this is so easy. Put them on our tray. We need another layer now. I got this biscuit cutter. I'm a big thrift store yard sale girl. And I got this biscuit cutter, I don't know how many years ago, at a yard sale, I believe. And I love it. It cuts such pretty little biscuits. I don't buy a lot of things new anymore, as expensive as stuff has got. We try to buy used and save our money. I mean, we do buy some clothes and stuff new, but really not a lot. I buy a lot of stuff at thrift stores, and I love it. I love if I can go in there and get something for a quarter of the cost of what it would cost me new. There's gonna be our one last biscuit for our regular one. I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese in this. Kind of like the garlic, you know, the Red Lobster biscuits. Just gonna kind of knead some in, and I'm gonna put some garlic powder in them. And we're just gonna see how those are. Just a little. Put a layer of cheese and fold it over. And I'm gonna put just a little more garlic on it. And we're going to fold that over. Friends, I'm just making this up as I go. Alright, we're going to pop these in the air fryer. You know, I'm not pleased with how those biscuits turned out because of them not being frozen. If I do them frozen in the air fryer, they're perfect. But they look ugly. So I'm going to do a few biscuits in the oven. We're going to do 4 of these, and we'll do 2 regulars. That way you can see how pretty they are. Alright friends, we ended up with 60 biscuits. We're going to get these in the freezer. There's 3 layers. And then we will vacuum seal these whenever they come out. Alright friends, now that I got all the biscuit mess cleaned up, they're in the oven baking right now. Looking, smelling delicious. But while I've got this oven going, I think I'm going to go ahead and try a tomato pie. I have been dying to try this. And I need something for my husband's lunch tomorrow, so this is a win-win. I'll make him a ham sandwich and he can have tomato pie with it. Alright, first I had picked up just some frozen crust because I'm not a good crust maker. I've never been. I've tried numerous recipes and I'm just not a good crust maker. I don't know what I do wrong, but we're going to use one of these. I'm going to get my pie plate out and then we're going to get started on this. Alright friends, we're going to get this pie plate sprayed really well because we don't want our pie to stick. It's kind of a last minute thought. I thought, well, what am I going to fix him for lunch? And then I was seeing those crusts and all these tomatoes sitting in the window and I thought, tomato pie. Sounds yummy. Now, he don't like onions, so we're going to just omit the onions out of ours. But we're going to try to make a pretty tomato pie here. I've got a deep dish crust, so really all we can do is could make a little fluted edge. And I've got them tomatoes over there soaking in some salt in a colander so the stuff will drip off of them. We're gonna get our center or the topping mixed while we're waiting on the tomatoes. They'll be done by the time we get all the filling mixed. Need 1 cup of mayonnaise. Looks about like a cup to me. A cup of cheddar cheese and a cup of mozzarella cheese. And now if you want onion, you'll need to slice that thinly and put it in there. But like I said, my husband does not like onion, so I want him to eat this too. A cup of each. Mozzarella, and we're going to mix that up, and we're going to add a little bit of our homegrown basil to it. And grab that. Okay, mix that in. Okay, now we're going to layer our pie. I've got it over here in a colander, and all I'm going to do is take the tomatoes and layer them in the pie crust around. I just cut up like 3 or 4 tomatoes because I figured that would be plenty for Wayne and myself. And we're just going to layer it around. Alright. Next, we are going to just put our topping on. Well, we're going to season those tomatoes with a little of our homemade seasoned salt. I like to make sure everything's seasoned good. Just a little dab, because it said salt and pepper, but I think this homemade seasoned salt would be better. And now we just put our mayonnaise, cheese, and basil mixture on the top and bake it for about 30 minutes. Smells so good. Okay, friends, we're just gonna get this in the oven and bake this for 30 minutes. Let me see if our biscuits are done. Beautiful. Well, I just took the beautiful biscuits out of the oven. They smell amazing, and I put butter on the top of them. We'll try them after they cool for a little bit. Oh, friends, I just took the tomato pie out. It smells like heaven. I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit, and then we're gonna give it a try. All right, friends, we're gonna give the cheddar biscuits a try. These just look so yummy. I buttered the tops of them right after they come out of the oven, but look at this beautiful biscuit. And it literally took no time at all. They're so soft. That is good. The cheddar and garlic biscuit. So good. gonna have to let the pie cool for just a little bit. Then we'll give it a try. All right, friends. I had to try the tomato pie. I wish I'd let it cool just a little bit more, but we ended up adding a little Parmesan to the top, and it is fabulous. So give it a try. Super simple, 2 super simple recipes, and these biscuits are good. The cheddar, garlic ones, the regular biscuits are always good. We eat those all the time, but I wanted to try that this time, and they turned out really good, so I may do a batch of those up and freeze, just for quick fixings. Anyways, thank you for stopping by our homestead. I hope these simple recipes help you in your day-to-day life. Until next time, friends, goodbye.